Wow, it's very bright. Good morning. I think it's still morning. I think it's like 10 o'clock. I don't know, I've been mowing. Marvel at the mow. You may say, but it looks like crap. And I say, yeah, it does. But it's mowed. I left some of the little patches. I think they're, what are they called? Well, that's dead metal, but not daisies. I can't remember. They're just a weed, but they're a flowering weed, so we like them. But yeah, we mowed. Marvel at the mow. But actually, we're gonna go look out at the garden and kind of walk and talk. Be right back. There's a bunny over there. Oh, maybe it moved. Oh, no, there it is. It's just behind that clump. Or maybe it's just, no, it's a little bitty bunny. There it is. Get out of my garden. That's why my garden has chicken fence all the way around it. Right back. Amy mowed here. See, that was where my first garden was at. And I did it there the first year. And it didn't work well. Most of it was far too wet all season long across the front trough. So then the second year and third year I did my garden there. And that's why it's got that welded wire fence or whatever, which I very much would like to repurpose. I think that's going to be this summer project, is restring all of this with electric wire and recover my fencing. But yeah, we're getting it cleaned up. Ideally, I wanted to have all of that around all of this, but it didn't work out that way. But we're getting there, step by step. Lots of steps. That's why any honey money I make and or this winter's savings is going towards a riding lawn tractor. But my neighbor, after we dry out a bit more, he'll come back and till again. Not quite sure where I'm going to do what yet. Pretty sure that front patch I'm going to make into my berry patch. Do maybe a row of elderberries on the back end, and then do a row of like raspberries and some blueberries, you know, like maybe a half and half, some of the different colors, and then do the whole front half strawberries. I think so. It's very windy out here today. Be a good kite day. I used to live at the coast, and there's great big kite festivals down on Long Beach Peninsula. Oh, hey, check this out. So, last year, if people that have been around long enough remember, I planted stuff along this back fence, and I honestly don't remember planting all the crimson clover. I think it's crimson clover, but it likes it there, it appears. So it's one thing I noticed with all of our steady breeze. Even weeds get pretty sturdy stalks. This was all a little bit of sunflowers last year. I haven't figured it. I don't know if I'll do anything with it or not this year. But yeah, saw a honeybee on it yesterday. Probably not any this morning. There's some hairy vetch in there. Looks like it's getting close. It's gonna start putting on a little bit of bloom soon. But yeah. And then I have to get this all folded up and pulled out. Old trucker tarps are surprisingly heavy. Yeah, let's see. Hopefully I blocked some of that breeze. But the garlic's doing pretty well. And, well, we'll not focus on that. But, yeah, the garlic's doing pretty decent. And a recommendation, if you do rows and you're kind of lazy like I am, make sure you make them wide enough that you can run your mower down the center of them. I'll get these cleaned up next. I've got some ground fabric or whatever. I think it's called, if I remember right, it's not garden cloth ground fabric, it's construction ground fabric for like put underneath when you're bringing in rock and stuff. And I'm going to pull all this out. I'm still going to do the same thing and in kind of a similar format, just more refined. And I'm actually going to take and I'll completely cover this with the garden fabric once I get everything pulled out and marked where the lines are and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'll do my zucchini here again. I like that. At this end of it, I'm going to make this whole end of it kind of a cucumber cage. You'll just kind of walk in and there'll just be cucumber climbing all along it. Worked really well last year. I liked it. But I didn't like not being able to get in there and keep the ground clean and stuff. So I'm going to make a cage of it and grow cucumbers along the outside. Work a lot better this year. I think this might be where I put my potatoes this year. I think I'm going to do corn over there, north to south. Either going to do corn over there or corn on the western edge of the main patch. And I think I'm just going to make that a corn patch, that whole patch right there. Every year that I've been doing the gardens, I always take stuff to church. One year, well, most years it's mostly green beans, but I've always wanted to do an old-fashioned corn feed, like they used to have in the 70s and stuff, where it was just a big old garden potluck. I don't know. I remember him as a kid. But yeah, step by step. We'll dry out pretty quick. We're supposed to get warm. But yeah, I wanted to show everybody my garden to be. My chicken coop to be. That's what I think I'm going to use that fencing for, is chicken coop. I thought about trying and doing, free range and stuff and making it so they could get out into the garden area and what have you during the winter. But we have a lot of hawks and eagles. I think there's some hawks that live over that way, and bald eagles that live that way, and I might not have many chickens after a bit. But I figured that, kind of a coop area in the center and in an outer foraging area and that sort of thing. Old-fashioned coop plus external foraging area. A little bit for them. Sticker bush is blooming. But yeah, I got these things all over. I forget what they're called. They're about ready to bloom there. This is where my bee yard was originally going to go. It was right here. That's what everything started as over here. I had a garden there, and I was going to do a bee yard over here so that I had it out by my garden, but away from it. And then it's just far too wet over on that side. In fact, like the spots where I've got the culvert pieces and all of that types of stuff, it'll end up getting transferred over here this year. I'll dig them out of the ground. I've got some tractor tires, tractor tires that a friend of mine cut the sidewalls out of. That's what I've used over here around like peppers and stuff. The dark of the rubber helps insulate and hold heat in the ground. And then I kind of did a super wet right there. Yeah, here you can see. But yeah, I want to transfer this stuff over. I'll probably dig that. See what he's done to my fence? I try not to be grumpy at him because he's just a horse, but he's not a horse, he's a pony. But I want to dig my mint out also. I've got a bunch of mint right there. But yeah, this stuff, you can kind of see what I did with it. And I want to get the rest of the water system pulled up and pulled out. Most of it's pulled up. There's a few of the main lines that are still left. But I want to get this stuff dug out of the ground. No, I don't want you. I used to think I liked you until you started hurting my fence. Just like I used to like the horses until I don't dislike them, but man, it's going to be hard to fix. Especially like over here. He's rolled it good. That's expensive fencing too. And you want to see my honey bucket? It got pretty solidish. Here, we'll look inside. That's what we've got left. It looks like it might be working. It's gotten pretty solid, but it tastes good. But yeah, it's working a little bit. That's what's left of 2023. That's good stuff. Hopefully the breeze isn't too bad. I kind of want to show how prevalent these hawthorn trees are. Most fence lines around me have dozens of them. And then you see the older ones. They get great big. And I don't remember who was saying it, but they said they didn't know that it made hawthorn honey. And I would assume, generally speaking, you might not, unless you're in an area that is just super saturated with them. See, we can see on some of these sunward side that the blooms are starting to change from the sun exposure. Yeah, you can see it now. See, they what was it been? 2 weeks? Think about a 2 week. Just saw some honeybees flying over here now. Yeah, right there. Yeah, they're all over it. Bet you there's 30, 40 bees all over that. Yeah. And that ain't even counting the great big ones. Oh, there's a native. Oh, 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 come on, get off there. See it? That black bee right there? That's not a honeybee. Yeah, you can see the, sorry about that, I'll cut some of that out. But you can see the color of the pollen. It's kind of a pale gray. And the computer was saying that they make nectar too. That's cool. So yeah, for maybe about 2 weeks. Plus, these would have been one of the earlier ones, and it got hammered on by all the weather. It got most hammered on by the weather too. A lot of these didn't start to bloom until about halfway or 3/4 of the way through the weather. So yeah, see, they're just all over, all over, all over, all over, over. And then huge big ones. I think that's probably the biggest one that is within my sight range. Yeah. Times 18. Let's get off the road before a car comes by and will make you sick. But yeah, see, they're all over. Wish my bees were stronger. At the very least, they're getting a good growth off of them. Yeah, see, all over. Shrubs and trees are just immense factories for pollen and nectar. Oh, my battery's flashing. I just noticed this the other day when I was mowing. My patch of fireweed right here is coming back up. I hope all those seeds I threw out took. That would be great. My stinging nettles. A little bit of rhododendron in there. Not very much rhododendron. See, they're just white blooms everywhere. Any honeybees on there today? Yep. Yep. See, that's a light gray pollen too. Pollen from the hawthorns looks about the same as my blackberry. That's a funky looking fly. Oh, this battery's going dead too. My batteries aren't any good anymore, I think. Yeah, it's got a little bit of juice left. We're not gonna do anything really. Just gonna go see the bees. Oh, starting to get stuff ready for the new arrivals. I'm gonna put all of my saws. I've got 6 of them coming. Put them back here on this line, and then I'm gonna fill out the front line with the Caucasians. and then we'll fill up any of these benches with splits that we potentially have to do if it comes to that. Because I'm sure these will at least get split once. So if we split these once, that fills that bench. And I could foresee a second split. So we're making, say, between 4 and 8 hives. So, you know, these will fill up quick. But that's what we're gonna do. Gonna put Caucasians up here up front and this sort of thing. Must be a spot they can get in and out in the back. Yeah, we're gonna leave that one there. Let's see if this one lives or not. We'll find out. Maybe we'll look at them and see how they're doing. I was reading about the berries and stuff. You can eat the berries, I guess. They make stuff out of them. Jams and juices. That sort of thing. The seeds are poisonous, though, I guess. There's definitely a scent in the air. I wonder if I could have anybody that's strong enough that I could throw a excluder and a honey super on and maybe make some Hawthorn honey. Maybe we'll find out. I have a little bit, like 3 frames, 2.5, 3 frames of it from last year. I wonder if I use that to try and pull them up into a super. Maybe I can change that into a food super. Or not food super, change that food super into a honey super. It'd be easier just to replace the whole thing. I don't know. I think they're going to need a box pretty soon though. And I've got to find out how much or how well they're salvaged, recovered, what have you, of that bottom box. That bottom box could be, you know, 2/3 of the way full of cat brood, with the top box full of cat brood for all I know. So we're gonna have to find that out. But that's not what this video is. This video is just a walk and a talk. And we're stopping off at the bees. Ooh, this is dodging. Ooh. Ooh, that was close. Wonder if they're gonna start having blooms here soon. I think this evening, or maybe tomorrow, got the sprinkler there. Looks like not much activity. They may have cleaned them all out. I hear some buzzing in there. But yeah, we'll get to play beekeeper a little bit later today. But that's after lunch. I like to wait until about, well, this time of day or later, so that they're out and about. Ooh, that one went right past my head. A lot of them are coming in from that direction. You'll see them come in and button hook. Come in and button hook. It's kind of funny. I was sitting here watching them, and you can see them head off that way. I don't know if the camera picks it up. If they head that direction, and it looks like gain altitude to about halfway, 2/3 the way towards the power line height. Because it looks like the main track heads up over the top of that single what is that, maybe a maple tree right there, I don't know, and they keep going at that angle, so I guess they figure if we go high enough we don't run into cars. Surprising how high they fly. I've watched them orientate, go clear up top tree level. It surprised me. Well, I think I'm gonna go put this video together and have some lunch and get stuff ready for beekeeping this afternoon. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.